So today I'm going to continue with my advice to young artists and people wanting to break into the art scene. And this is going to revolve around the opening. And I often say that art openings are one of the best places to meet people and to make connections. But it has to be done in the right way. Now, I know myself, and this has happened to me, I'll get a message before my opening, say it's in Delhi, and the young artist messages me and says, I'm very sorry I can't make your opening tonight, but I'm a young artist and I'd love for you to visit my studio tomorrow. Could you please come to my studio tomorrow? And I'm thinking, sure. I'm staying probably in New Friends Colony, which is where I normally stay. You won't come to my opening, but you expect me the next day to travel from New Friends Colony to Noida, effing Noida, to see your studio for you to show me your work. It's not going to happen. You've already offended me. You've already made yourself look totally ridiculous. Don't do that. Take the time to come to an artist's opening. And when you do come to the opening, there's a proper way to do it. Number one, remember that the opening, though it looks like a party, there's free drinks, there's free food many times. It's a party, there's lots of people. But an opening is basically a business event. The gallery is trying to make sales for the artist. And the gallery staff is busy connecting with collectors, people they know are collectors, trying to confirm sales, trying to get them, they no longer use red dots on the wall generally, but trying to get them to confirm a sale, arrange when they're going to pay, finalize it, sign a paper maybe, so that they know they've made a sale. And artists make a lot of sales at openings. The opening is very important for that reason. You don't want to interrupt that process. You don't want to disturb the gallery owner and the gallery staff with meaningless chatter when they're trying to do a job, because they are doing a job at an opening. The artist is there many times for, I hate to say it, decoration. The artist generally isn't involved in sales, but the artist is there to talk about their work, to be pleasant, to meet people, and be friendly. Okay? Understand that. So when you come to an opening, walk in and don't bring your own materials. Don't bring some past catalog you might have and run up to the artist and give it to them. The artist doesn't want to be stuck holding a catalog of yours in the middle of the opening. The artist doesn't want to run around trying to find a place to stash it. Even worse, don't ask the artist to sign your catalog for you and give it a personal dedication, because he or she doesn't even know you. And by signing and giving you a personal dedication in your catalog, they're basically endorsing you. You know that. And that's what you're trying to get. But the artist really doesn't want to do that at an opening. The artist is generally being pulled in one direction and another direction by a million friends, a million acquaintances, a million people he doesn't know that want to talk to him. He doesn't want to pay attention to you trying to make a sales pitch. The opening is not the place to make a sales pitch. A much better way to do it is to tell the artist, even if you can't make the opening, message them and say, I'm sorry I can't make your opening tonight, but I will come tomorrow. I'll come the next day. If you're in the gallery, I'd love to meet you. Maybe I can show you some of my work. That's acceptable to me, because the day after is generally slow. There aren't many people there. The artist will generally be there the day after the opening, talking to media, whatever, and they'll have much more time to spend with you and look at your work. Another thing at openings is, I would say, don't walk up to people right away and say, hi, I'm an artist. Much less, don't pull out your phone and start showing your work, scrolling through on your phone, showing people your work. Don't bring out a catalog and say, look at this, look at this. No. When you're at the opening, the best thing to do is act sincerely interested in the artist and in the work. First, before you even talk to anybody, walk around the gallery. Take a look at all of the paintings or the sculptures, whatever, on the wall. Pay sincere attention to them. Get to understand the artist, what he's showing, what he's presenting. Remember, the artist has worked for maybe a year on this show. At that point, you can approach the artist. Don't introduce yourself as an artist. Just say, I really like your work. Make it a little more detailed than that. Don't just say, oh, your work is magnificent or whatever. Point out some specific paintings that you really liked. Tell the artist why they moved you. Try to be sophisticated. Try to show that you're intellectually aware. Try to let people know that you're somebody who understands art and that's interested in art and that can articulate what you see and why you like or maybe dislike it. And that's all okay because it gives you an awqat, it gives you a status then that you're somebody who's sincere about art and liking art. We all know the people who show up at openings with portfolios. We all know the people who show up at openings and just want to scroll through their phones and show you their own artwork. It's really annoying. You don't do that. No, come to the opening. Be sincerely interested in the art. Talk to the other people. Talk to the other people about the art on the wall. Keep yourself focused on the artist's opening and the artist's work. This will give you much more stature, actually, because it'll show that you're somebody who's truly, truly interested in art, not just your own. You're not just there to self-promote, but you're there because you're keenly interested in the art scene as a whole. And by doing that, it's counterintuitive, perhaps, you'll actually gain much more respect. Now, if you talk to the artist at the opening, that's great. Maybe you don't even introduce yourself as an artist. Just talk to them, make them know your name, make them know who you are, and talk about the work, talk about the art scene in general, possibly. And then, after the opening, then you send your message a few days later. Send a message on Instagram if you need to, if you don't have the artist's email. And then make your little introduction and say, I'm an artist too. I met you at the opening. I would love to show you some of my work. Could I have your email so that I can send you a portfolio? That's a great way to do it. Wonderful way to do it. Same with the gallerists. But don't bother them at the opening. The opening is for a specific reason. It's to make sales. That's the hard truth of the matter. It's a party, but it's a business event disguised as a party. And you have to remember that, and you want to remember that as a young artist trying to make connections, you do not want to interrupt that process in any way, because if you do that, you're actually giving yourself a negative reputation. There are people at all openings that people will avoid. They'll avoid them because they know that they're always self-promoters. They're always talking about themselves. They're always trying to show you their work, trying to show you their latest catalog, whatever. Nobody wants to talk to those people because they're not part of the structure of the event. There's probably a lot more I can say about art openings, and maybe this is a topic for an entire different video or a series of videos, but this is one piece of advice I would give to young artists who are trying to make connections in the art scene. So I hope this helps, and once again, thank you for listening. If you disagree, comment, please let me know. I love to listen to disagreements. It's fine.